Would it be smart for the Broncos to take a chance on Davante Adams in free agency? This is your Denver Sports Daily for March 5th.
The biggest stories, the latest news. It's Denver Sports Daily.
The New York Jets announced yesterday that they would be giving Davante Adams a chance in the free market after they acquired him from the Raiders midway through the most recent season. Now, the 32-year-old wide receiver just finished his 11th season in the NFL, and in those 11 seasons, he's recorded 11,844 yards and 103 touchdowns on 957 receptions throughout his career. Now, obviously, those are incredible stats. This guy is obviously has been one of the best receivers in the league, but I wouldn't want to see him on the Broncos. That's just personally me. Obviously, there's a lot of decisions that the Broncos need to look at. Is it even possible to go get him at this point? Now, he was, again, one of the better receivers in the league, but his decline has been sharp and he will be expensive. He's been expensive in the past. This is the first time he's been a free agent, really. So it's just kind of a lot of different things that the Broncos need to look at. Would he be worth it? The only possible upside I can think of to the Broncos taking him would be his ability to mentor some of the younger receivers on the team. Having Adams' ability to coach players like Troy Franklin and Marvin Mims, that would give the Broncos a great advantage. It really would. Now, right now, the Broncos have the sixth best odds to acquire him, trailing the Green Bay Packers, his original team, the Los Angeles Chargers, San Francisco 49ers, Los Angeles Rams, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'd love to hear what you guys have to think about that, because obviously that would be big. That would be huge. I don't know if it's the best decision for the Broncos. I don't think it is. He's got a lot of great upsides. Again, he's been one of the best receivers. There were times that we were talking about him as the best receiver in the league, but that was multiple years ago. It was. Now you look at different players who are obviously younger, better receivers. Davante Adams hasn't necessarily been the best winner throughout his career. He went to the Raiders to try to help them win. Couldn't do it. Obviously, it didn't work out with the New York Jets. Multiple different angles you can look at it from. The only possible upside, again, is that he is a great mentor. He's a great veteran. He's a great guy. If you watch the receiver show, he really feels like an honest person, a great person. And that's something that, may not actually mean a lot on the football field, but it means a lot to me. Like that kind of stuff means that, you can take the kind of back seat. You can show these younger receivers how to play the game, how to be successful at that wideout spot. So again, more to come with that. Free agency hasn't technically started for the NFL, but when it starts, there's going to be so many big things that happen. I cannot wait to see how this free agency goes. Now, moving on, it is a Nuggets game day. The night the Nuggets are taking on the Sacramento Kings in their third matchup of the season. Now, the Nuggets have already beat the Kings twice this season. Last time they played, Nikola Jokic recorded an incredible 35 point, 22 rebound, and 17 assist triple-double. There's something about Kings games. Every time the Nuggets and Kings play, it seems like Nikola Jokic goes off. And this goes back multiple years. There was a game 2 years ago I was at, the Nikola Jokic had some 30, 15, and 12. It was something crazy like that. Jokic just turns it up against these teams. Now, the Nuggets are coming off a bad loss, a 110-103 loss to the Boston Celtics. So a win here against a formidable opponent in the Kings, who look to be a playoff team, could help them get back on track. Now, right now, the Nuggets are 39-22 and third in the West after the Lakers ended up winning yesterday. The Lakers are kind of on a tear right now, unfortunately, but they are second in the West. It's just kind of crazy to see that the Lakers have turned it up as more, and that's to be expected. They got Luka Doncic. They're not going to go out bad like they have in the past several seasons. So that kind of matchup in the playoffs, I'm really hoping for that, because that would, again, be huge, huge. Now, they are heading into this game as 6-point home favorites, and that game will tip off at 7 p.m. Tonight should be a good game. Again, the Kings, formidable opponent. They're looking to make a playoff run. These are not throwaway games. We're not playing bad teams here like the Pelicans. This is a hard stretch of games that the Nuggets are on, and they need to go out and get wins like this. Now, yesterday I spoke on what appeared to be a minor injury to Julian Strawther, but apparently it wasn't as minor as it seemed. Julian Strawther has been a key player in the Nuggets' success, leading the scoring for the second unit, but unfortunately, he suffered an injury that will keep him out for a significant amount of time. Now, Strother left the match against Boston early after landing strangely on a shot attempt he had. And after he was seen by the trainers, he returned to the bench, but did not play for the rest of the game. So watching that, you think that it's just a minor injury, maybe a little twist in the ankle, but unfortunately that is not the case. Yesterday, the Nuggets came out and said that Strother suffered a left knee sprain and that he will be reevaluated in 4 weeks. So he'll be out for 4+ weeks. Not great. Strother has been averaging 9.4 points per game while shooting 43% from the field and 35% from three. He's been a great three-point shooter, one of the most consistent players on this team. Now, with Strother out, it's likely that Jalen Pickett, who has played very few minutes, will take in that kind of spot that Julian Strother has had off the bench. He is serviceable. Pickett has been a solid player. He's kind of turned up this season. He's gotten much more minutes than he has in the past. He should be good. He should be fine. Strother should be able to come back before playoffs. And luckily, Payton Watson is going to be back. He announced on his Instagram that he's ready to come back. The trainers have, seen him. He is good to go. So that is good. You're not out with two of your best bench players. Julian Strother and Payton Watson are great, and they're going to be very good in the playoffs. That is something that should be able to excel them from a second round exit team to going back to a finals winning team. Now, heading towards the playoffs, the Nuggets need to limit these injuries and focus on conditioning rather than push for a top seed. They don't need a top seed. Again, they did the exact thing that I'm talking about last season, where they really wanted that number 1 seed, tired themselves out, and then lost in the second round to a young Timberwolves team who is ready to win. They weren't tired. They were conditioned. Focus on that, and the Nuggets can get past the second round and go to the finals once again. Now, the Avalanche last night pulled away with a late win. I was sitting on the edge of my seat. I was certain that this was going to overtime, but that was not the case. They beat the Pittsburgh Penguins last night 4-1. Now, the first period ended scoreless and then Arturi Lehkonen started it off with a goal in the second, followed up by a goal from Pittsburgh. So it was 1-1 going into the third period, and it wasn't until about 4 minutes remaining in the game when Casey Middlestat scored to give the Avs a 2-1 lead, which was then followed by 2 empty netters from the Avs to finish the game 4-1. Really kept me on the edge of my seat there. I was expecting full steam ahead. I was thinking overtime. I was like, okay, there's going to be an overtime game on a Tuesday. That's fine. I'm looking forward to it. Nope. They got 3 goals in the last 4 minutes, and sure, empty netters, whatever. Those are goals. 4-1. That's a great score. Now in the past 3 games, the Avs have scored 5, 5, and 4. They are looking hot right now. Now after that win, the Avs are 36, 24, and 2. And all tied up with Minnesota in the Central Division at 74 points. Now, Minnesota does still have the tiebreaker, but the Avs are gaining traction, and it seems like they're making a late push for the top. I'm definitely excited to see it. They've been playing well recently. The Avs have. They took those 2 losses coming out of the Four Nations face-off, and then they lost. They got those 3 wins. They've been winning games. They've been going at it. They've been doing what they need to do. The goalie play has again been amazing. Mackenzie Blackwood had some .97 save percentage. He's incredible. This guy is the best thing that has happened to the Avs in recent history. Really, honestly, like since the Stanley Cup, the Avs have been kind of sad to watch in a lot of ways, especially the goalie play. And they get Mackenzie Blackwood and Scott Wedgwood, and hey, we're good. We're looking good. I cannot wait to see what they do in the playoffs. It's going to be so much fun to watch. Now, that's going to do it for Denver Sports Daily. I do want to see some of your comments. Joey, only 2 days until the trade deadline. What are we going to do? I think we've already done it. I think that the Avs have already made so many trades. Obviously, they made so many big trades this season. I don't know what else they're going to do. I couldn't guess. I couldn't. There's maybe a few little small things, like they made a little trade this weekend. They could do more things like that. But with the Mikko trade and getting Mackenzie Blackwood and Scott Wedgwood, I don't really know what more they need to do. I'd love to hear what you have to say. I'd love to hear your ideas. But I think that they're ready right now, and they want to make that push to the playoffs. And I don't think they want to change up the team anymore. And again, I could be wrong. It wasn't pretty, but the Avs won for the 2 points. Yep, they got it. It wasn't pretty, but those last 4 minutes, wow, was it exciting. The first, almost hour of the game, it wasn't fun. But then in those last 4 minutes, hey, they pulled it out. They did what they needed to do. Now, that'll do it for your Denver Sports Daily. I'll be back with you guys again tomorrow. Hopefully recapping a Nuggets win. It should be a good win. The Kings are a formidable opponent. And then tomorrow I will be previewing. There's another Avalanche game. It's a busy week. We got Avs Nuggets every single day this week. It's fun. I will see you guys all tomorrow. Until then, Y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye, y'all.